Hello, I'm Maurice Baynett, I'm Technical Director at EcoMaster, and today I'm going to show you just how easy it is to install our amazing invisible pelmets on the tracks of your drapes. Before we get started, let's unpack the kit and find out what's in it. Unpacking your invisible pelmets is very simple. It's just a matter of getting a sharp knife and cutting the wrappings at each end and in the middle. And then you'll find that you have 4 invisible pelmets. And 3 joiners. Well, now we've seen what's in our invisible pelmet kit, it's time to fit them to the track. Now, your invisible pelmets are going to be supported on one side by the architrave of the window. That's the decorative timber trim that's fixed to the window. And on the other side, it's going to be supported by the brackets and the front of the track of your drapes. So there's really only 2 parts to fitting these. The first one is to adjust the brackets of the tracks so that the front of the track is the right distance from the wall for the invisible pelmet. And the second part is to lay them out, mark them and cut them to length. Now, before we do that, if you look at your architrave and you find a gap between that and the wall, well, now's the very best time to get yourself some Fuller's Ultra Clear and to cork up that gap once and for all. Okay, so let's see how to adjust the track brackets so that we've got just exactly the right distance for the invisible pelmets. So let's just put it on the wall, onto the architrave, and then we'll have a look at the adjustment for the brackets. So here is a track bracket, and what we need to do is adjust it so that the invisible pelmet just pokes out a little bit in front of the track. So to do that, just get a Phillips head screwdriver, put it in the screw, give it about a turn to loosen it, and push the track in and just tighten it up again. I think that's just about perfect. So that's what we need to do with the remainder of the brackets, and usually also the end brackets, so that the track is nice and straight and at the right distance from the wall. So now that the track is the right distance from the wall, we can fit our invisible pelmets. I've already established that we really only need 3 for this particular window, and I've fitted the joiners to the end of 2 of the invisible pelmets. So let me put them up there now. I'm going to put this one so that it sticks out from the end just a little bit, and then we're going to join it onto this one, and then we're going to join the third one on the end, and then we're going to mark for length and trim them so that they fit perfectly. Now, it's a good idea usually to trim both ends so that you don't end up with a tiny little piece on one end. So I've just positioned this so that this piece in the middle goes over a couple of brackets, and then this one's going to fit on the other end there, and then we're going to use this marker just to mark where to cut. We'll cut the ends and then it will fit perfectly over the track. So now that we've put the invisible pelmets right over the track, it's time to mark them so that we can cut them to length. Make sure that they're going to fit over the top of the end bracket, and mark which part is the offcut. Do the same at the other end. Well, we're ready now to cut our invisible pelmets to length. We've already marked where we want to cut and which part is the offcut for the piece at each end. Now, the method for cutting is to score and snap the invisible pelmets. So what we're going to do is make a score line where we want to cut it, and then we need something like a breadboard with a reasonably sharp edge, and we're going to put that just over the edge of the kitchen bench, and we use that to snap the invisible pelmet. So let's have a go at that now. So this is the one that we're going to cut, and we can use the other one to actually give us a straight line on the cut. We line them up carefully. Now we're going to use a sharp knife, but we're not going to actually use the cutting side, we're going to use the back of the point. So we need a knife with a point, and we're going to use the back of the knife in order to make the score across the cutting line. So we've got these lined up nicely, so this is going to give us a nice square cut, and all we have to do is just drag the knife across a few times. You'll see a bit of the plastic coming off. And there's the score line. So now we need to put the score line exactly on the edge of the breadboard, and the breadboard just a little over the edge of the bench, not much. So then we need to press firmly on the part that's on the breadboard. This is the part that we're keeping. And then we're going to press firmly on the offcut that's hanging off the breadboard, and we're going to snap it. There it is, quite a clean cut. And so that's our offcut, and that's our cleanly cut invisible pelmet. Let's do that for the other side as well. Again, I'm going to line them up so that I get a good straight cut. Again, you can see that the score is all the way across there. And again, we just need to line it up carefully on the edge of the breadboard. Press firmly on the breadboard and press firmly on the offcut, all at the same time. Ready? There we go. So now we've got our invisible pelmets cut to length. Well, now that we've cut our invisible pelmets to size, it's time to take the liner off and fit them to the track. Now the liners are pretty easy to take off. These are plastic liners, but your invisible pelmets may have paper liners. But it's the same. Just get them started and then slowly peel them back like that. And from the other side as well. Like that. And your invisible pelmets will be virtually invisible. And there you have it, thermal and energy efficiency at a very low cost.